What's going on, guys? It's your boy Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, feel free to drop a comment if you like, guys, and I'll happily get back to you. Now, let's talk about the WBA. Well, you guys know over the last, however long you've been subscribed to my channel, I've been very vocal about the sanctioning bodies, man. I'm not a fan of them at all. I don't like some of the blatant corruption that goes on in boxing nowadays. And you only have to look no further than the WBA, who got caught red-handed a couple of weeks ago in that fight between Sylvestre and Fox, where it was just corruption all across the board. It later got exposed that one of the judges in that fight who gave it to Sylvestre in an unbelievable, it was just a terrible robbery, that fight was. But one of the judges in that particular fight, who had an outrageous scorecard of 117, 111, that judge was exposed for, being a racist. Some of her tweets that were found by the boxing community exposed her deep hatred, you know what I mean? And she got suspended. The WBA said they're going to do an investigation, but who's going to be doing that investigation? It's going to be the WBA, right? So, yeah. But since then, since that whole episode, man, and it was a terrible episode for boxing, the WBA have, they're trying to make steps to, win the public over again. And this step here that they're making actually is one good step. I'm not going to say that it's enough to eradicate all the bad steps that they've done, but this is one good step that they're doing. And that is they're getting rid of the interim belts that they've got. The WBA, the WBC, they have a super champion, then they have like a regular champion, they have an interim champion, they have, they have all sorts of champions now, but they've actually came out and said that they're looking to clean up and they're going to get rid of some of these regular belts, because all these do is just cause confusion as to who the real champion is. You saw Manny Pacquiao and Ugas before they fought. Both of them were at the podium when they were about to go head to head. Both of them had the WBA belt. It's just crazy, man. The sooner the sanctioning bodies clean this crap up, the better. And the reason why that there are so many belts in boxing nowadays is because the sanctioning bodies want to make more money. They want to charge more fees for the fighters to fight for their title. Everybody knows really that in boxing, if you can say you're fighting for a title, it kind of holds a bit more prestige. And I think that the sanctioning bodies take advantage of this with the whole regular title, interim title, gold title, whatever they've got. It's a mess. So it's good to see that the WBA are starting to clean up some of their belts. They're starting to get rid of their regular titles and their interim titles, should I say, like Daniel Dubois at heavyweight. He's got the WBA interim title, so he's been stripped. Chris Eubank Jr. has been stripped of his interim title. Robin Kresnicki at light heavyweight, he's been stripped. So there's quite a few guys here that have been stripped of their interim belts. And it's good to see that the WBA are taking a move in this direction, because it's just caused confusion, it's caused outrage, and hopefully the other sanctioning bodies can follow suit. The WBC is one of them. WBC are even worse when it comes to these titles, man. They have the franchise belt that still causes confusion to everybody. They've got interim belts, they've got regular. It's just silly. Let's be honest, man. Promoters will take advantage of this when they're looking to promote their events, and they know that somebody's not the real champion. They will say that the person is a champion when they're not. And all this does is cause confusion. I mean, I have casual friends that come around mine and watch boxing sometimes, and they don't know who the real champion is. Do you know what I mean? And it's just caused boxing to be a mess. So it's good to see the WBA looking to clean this up, but they've got a lot more to do. I mean, this is not enough. They've got more to do. The other sanctioning bodies have got more to do. And before we can start getting this sport, governing it properly, because we don't really have a governing body at all. But, these sanctioning bodies, man, they're just running riot in boxing. And it's not just them, but the sanctioning bodies do have a big say for me in some of the bad things that's going on in boxing today. They do some good things, like the WBC do some good things, like with the clean boxing program and everything else. But the bad outweighs the good. In my opinion, the bad definitely outweighs the good. So I'm glad to see the WBA take this step. For me personally, I think that they're only taking this step because they got caught, they got caught with their pants down with this whole, corruption that took place between Fox and Sylvestre. If you guys haven't seen that fight, go and watch it and see how bad the robbery is. It was just terrible. Do you know what I mean? And also with that particular fight, let me just say this before I go. Also with that fight, I'm sure you guys might know already, but one of the officials was in the corner of the winning fighter. Like, that's how bad it's getting, man. So it's good to see that they're starting to clean up their act. A lot more work needs to be done. A question that I've also been asked before now and again is, if I had to pick one sanctioning body that I did like, who would it be? I've always said that it would be the IBF if I had to pick one. And that's really because they're just the lesser of the evils, in my opinion. I think that the IBF, I like how they're very strict with their mandatories. I like how they impose those. And they don't have like a regular, well, not as far as I know. I think they've got like an intercontinental belt, but that's never good. That's not a world title. They don't have like a regular belt like the WBA have, or they don't have like a franchise champion like the WBC have. I think that the IBF has one recognized world champion. So I could be wrong, but I do like how they enforce their mandatories as well. Even though some of those mandatories, I have to say, you have to question how they got that position, but they are more to the book with that sort of thing, which is why I guess I prefer the IBF over anybody else. But like I said, we're really clutching at straws here because a lot of work needs to be done to clean up these sanctioning bodies and some of the stuff that they do. I do get the positive side of things with them. I do understand why we do need them in this game, because for a fighter coming up, somebody that's coming up and you know, he wins a world title, that can catapult his career into the next level. It could, you know, and it could change his life earnings. Do you know what I mean? In terms of what he earns in the ring. So I do get, you know, the weight that a belt can hold, but in terms of the power that they've got, I think they've got too much power, these sanctioning bodies, and I think that they're abusing it. And I'm glad to see that the WBA have started to clean up a little bit, but like I said, a lot more needs to be done. So let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below, man. What do you think about this news about the WBA? And what's your opinion on the sanctioning bodies in general? I mean, maybe you might like them. Maybe you might like the fact that there are multiple belts out there. But for me, it's just confusing. Don't like it at all. They're doing a lot of bad things, but hopefully now we're going to see some steps in the right direction. So drop your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think about this news, and I'll catch you on the next video.